malfunction?
Again, not a real question.
Let me see the scan.
She snatched the datapad from his hand. Hacker knew better than to try and explain why they might let the old bot just live his life. To the captain, he represented merely unoptimized behavior and needed correction. CapAthena confirmed no less as she read off the bot's list of deficiencies.
Laggy performance, slow wake-up time.
She looked up at Hacker and pointed at the data.
This is not software this bot is running. It's crapware.
I know, I just...
Ray's hand immediately silenced him.
That bot requires a full reboot. This is not your expertise. Leave the scans to the lower crewman.
Yes, sir.
Hacker snapped.
Are you running the analysis of our hull here?
She asked. Then, multitasking, she said to another.
Crewman Jones, take that older gentleman into custody. He needs a full wipe, so we are entitled to 60% of his assets. Have a squad procure the goods.
Yes, sir, the crewman responded with enthusiasm. CapAthena turned her attention back to Hacker.
The analysis.
Yes, it's running.
He answered absent-mindedly as he watched the old bot he'd spoken to be forcefully loaded onto the ship.
It should be complete in a few minutes, once all the data is in.
The old bot stared at Hacker pleadingly at first, then his gaze turned to anger.
The prelims show 34% potential full wipes and 27% definite reboots.
Not bad. Could be better.
She set off to return to the ship. Hacker bot walked alongside the captain. He turned away from the old bot who would soon forget 42 years of life and love. He put his mind back on his job where it belonged.
Yes, sir. Not a bad haul at all.
The pair walked up the ship's ramp surrounded by activity. On one side, the crew marched the bots malfunctioning or suspected of malfunctioning to be taken to central processing for evaluation. On the other side, portions of those bots' belongings, food, equipment, and other supplies, were being loaded up as advance payment for the upgrade they would soon undergo. The captain's long legs took her through the hulls of the ship with purpose, her possibly ceremonial sword swinging in rhythm to her steps. They passed through the modest hangar bay. The captain often lamented it was unsuitable for housing or launching secondary combat vehicles. The path took them through the mid-deck, which CapAthena had made sure to retrofit by emplacing additional weaponry. The captain made her way to the bridge wordlessly. She took a brief pause to glance at the calibrations on the line cannon, and scoffed with disapproval before moving on. The captain's mood seemed particularly dour, but as Hacker looked down at the newly complete analysis of the hull data, he felt he had something to sweeten her mood, even if only by a bit.
That analysis is ready.
He held the datapad up for emphasis. Her wordless wave and slight nod bid him to relay the findings in as succinct a manner as possible.
The final figures are even better than the prelims suggested. We have more than enough to run our operation for the next year from this haul alone. 31%